up a chair because you are not going to believe the story that is breaking right now. Prince Harry has officially reached a new, breathtaking, and frankly, deeply humiliating low. And this time, there is no way for his slick PR team to spin it as some kind of heroic underdog story. The man who once commanded royal motorcades, who enjoyed the highest level of taxpayer-funded security without a second thought, has now been publicly and brutally turned down by one of the most powerful corporations on the entire planet. The pharmaceutical giant GlaxoSmithKline, better known as GSK, has reportedly refused to sponsor Prince Harry's private jet for his upcoming trip to the UK for the 2025 WellChild Awards. And sources are saying that the CEO, the formidable Emma Walmsley, didn't just say no, she didn't mince her words, accusing Harry of overstepping his boundaries and demanding levels of luxury and security that simply are not warranted. This is more than just a corporate no, you guys. This is a loud, clear, and long overdue wake-up call for a prince who has been living in a bubble of entitlement and celebrity privilege for far too long. Now, I know you guys are excited for more. But before we delve into further discussion, if you haven't subscribed, come on guys, what are you waiting for? Hit like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell ASAP. So now, as you know, Harry is set to go to the UK for the 3rd anniversary of our late Queen Elizabeth's death, where you will attend this charity event. And the gossip mill has been churning for weeks about whether he will meet with King Charles. I'm hearing, and I suspect many of you feel the same, that they won't be meeting. As commentators have rightly pointed out, there was no official invite from the king, and I highly doubt that the king would want to interrupt such a solemn and personal anniversary with the circus that follows his youngest son wherever he goes. This whole thing feels shady, especially after that communications meeting in London a few weeks ago was conveniently captured by paparazzi. It all stinks of a PR setup from Harry's side. But this GSK story, this is something else entirely. This is the real world finally pushing back. Emma Walmsley is not just any executive. She is one of the most powerful and respected women in global business. Her refusal to accommodate Harry's private jet request is profoundly significant. According to sources close to GSK, Walmsley found the request to be inappropriate and excessive, stating that Harry's demands were beyond reason for someone who is no longer a working royal. This isn't just a polite decline sent via email. This is a public rebuke. This is a corporate titan telling a petulant prince to get back in his box. It signals that Harry is no longer untouchable in corporate circles. While he's been accustomed to doors swinging open for him his entire life, this brutal rejection demonstrates that his royal privilege doesn't automatically translate into credibility or respect outside the palace walls. The real world, it turns out, is not impressed. And then we have the staggering hypocrisy of it all. Prince Harry's image as some kind of climate-conscious philanthropist is directly and laughably contradicted by his own lifestyle choices. British tabloids and climate watchdogs have documented him taking numerous private flights, often for laughably short distances. Back in 2019, he reportedly took at least 4 private flights in just 11 days. And now he has the audacity to ask a global corporation to fund yet another private jet, all while he lectures the rest of us little people about our carbon footprints. This rejection doesn't just expose his environmental double standards, it shines a blindingly bright light on his complete and utter disconnect from reality. One of the key reasons that GSK reportedly declined Harry's request was his excessive and frankly delusional security demands. Sources have revealed that Harry wanted elite-level protection similar to heads of state. A head of what state exactly? The state of Montecito? The state of confusion? Despite leaving his royal duties in 2020 and losing his taxpayer-funded security, a decision he has been crying about in the courts ever since, he still believes he is entitled to this level of protection. He cannot seem to accept that he is now a private citizen living in California. GSK reportedly found his demands to be completely unreasonable, and a burden they were absolutely unwilling to take on, especially for an event that is, at its heart, a charity awards ceremony. Corporate executives and charity boards are not obligated to cater to celebrity whims, and Harry's insistence on this matter further paints him as entitled, out of touch, and frankly, a bit of a liability. And let's be honest about the WellChild Awards itself. While it has long been a wonderful platform for Harry to polish his philanthropic image, and it celebrates some incredibly brave and seriously ill children in the UK, critics have rightly noted that Harry often leverages the event for his own personal branding rather than consistent year-round charity work. His frequent appearances have become media spectacles, with photo ops that are carefully orchestrated to emphasize his hands-on involvement. This private jet request just suggests that Harry sees the charity as a stage for his own personal luxury, rather than focusing on the cause itself. It reinforces the growing perception that Harry's charity work is less about impact and more about optics. This GSK refusal is unprecedented in Harry's post-royal life. For someone who is so used to royal privilege and automatic media attention, being so publicly and firmly turned down by a top global corporation must be a deeply humbling and terrifying moment. PR analysts have told the Daily Mail that this signals a dramatic decline in corporate confidence in the entire Sussex brand. And it's true. After multiple media flops, the declining Netflix deals, the Spotify pullout where they were branded f***ing grifters, GSK's decision is yet more evidence that Harry cannot rely on his fame alone to open doors anymore. This rejection is not just a no, it is a public loss of influence and credibility. It is a stark warning that the world beyond the royal circles no longer bends to the Sussex narrative. And the numbers, you guys, the numbers do not lie. Harry's popularity in the UK has absolutely plummeted since he stepped back from his royal duties and started attacking his family. YouGov reports that his UK approval rating is now just 23%, a catastrophic decline from the 80% plus favorability he enjoyed during his military service. And even in the United States, the country that once embraced the Sussexes with such open arms, a 2025 Morning Consult poll shows his favorability falling below 35% for the first time. The public opinion has shifted dramatically. He is no longer seen as the brave, philanthropic prince. He is increasingly perceived as entitled, petulant, and completely disconnected from reality. This corporate rejection is simply the tangible, real-world manifestation of this growing public fatigue. For a company like GSK, Harry's private jet request represented more than just a logistical inconvenience. It posed a serious reputational risk. This is a company that is worth over $70 billion and spends millions annually on global health programs, children's medicine, and vaccines. As one source told the Financial Times, they fund impactful programs. They do not finance celebrity luxury, even under the guise of charity. Emma Walmsley's refusal demonstrates that even the world's most influential corporations will not enable this kind of entitlement, regardless of any lingering royal titles. This rejection isn't isolated. Corporate partners have been increasingly distancing themselves from Harry and Meghan for years. This is just another, very public nail in the coffin of their brand. And it highlights a stark contrast, doesn't it? As Harry is being publicly rebuked, we see Diana's brother, the Earl Spencer, sharing a touching, personal, and dignified message in honor of his late sister to mark the 28th anniversary of her death. He speaks of an impossible day. That is how you honor a legacy, with quiet dignity and genuine emotion, not by trying to get a corporation to pay for your private jet to attend a photo op. And we hear that Harry is still trying to cook up some sort of project with his brother for the 30th anniversary of Diana's death in 2 years. And Prince William's friends are saying, no way. Absolutely no way. And you can see why. William is protecting his mother's legacy from being turned into another piece of Sussex-branded content. This entire episode with GSK reinforces the perception that Harry is more focused on his own luxury than on public service. The man who has engaged in numerous lawsuits, portraying himself as a victim of the media and the monarchy, now looks like he simply believes that philanthropy means others should fund his luxury while he delivers speeches about compassion. The world is growing less and less tolerant of this. The narrative is now clear. Prince Harry is no longer untouchable. Corporate leaders like Emma Walmsley are drawing firm and necessary boundaries. The public is growing tired of his entitlement and his repeated victimhood stories. The polls, the media coverage, and the social reactions all confirm a declining influence and a fading relevance. The GSK rebuff is a brutal wake-up call. It shows that fame and a royal legacy do not automatically translate to credibility or support. Harry is now learning the harsh lesson that status alone does not grant you immunity from rejection or accountability in the real world. So here's the bottom line. Prince Harry, once the golden boy of the royal family, is now facing corporate rejection, public fatigue, and mounting, undeniable hypocrisy, all while expecting the world to fund his lavish lifestyle. GSK's refusal is more than a simple no. It is a message to him and to the world. Entitlement has limits, and fame does not guarantee privilege. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think about Harry's private jet demands? Is he justified, or has he truly lost touch with reality? Comment below, because this is one royal story the world cannot stop talking about. Think about it. The man who lectured the world on climate change is now being blocked from a charity trip by one of the most powerful companies on the planet. Are corporations right to stand firm? Drop your thoughts, share this video, and let's start the conversation. And don't forget to hit the like button if you believe accountability matters, and subscribe if you want real royal stories without the sugarcoating. Because trust me, this isn't the end of Harry's story. The corporate snubs and the public scrutiny are only just beginning. Has Prince Harry finally met his match in the real world? It certainly looks that way. And bye for now.